My name is Danielle Winchester. My major is hospitality management with a focus on event planning, and I am a senior/first-year graduate student. I studied abroad in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia at Deakin University. When I was a freshman in high school, we had to write papers on any country in the world that we wanted, and I picked Australia, and I don't know why. I think it's because I've always really liked kangaroos. And then I got to college and immediately jumped into the study abroad process, because after writing that paper, I knew that no matter what I did in this life, I wanted to live in Australia at some point, and what better time than now. And it fit in with my degree really well, it fit in with my goals really well, and Australia made sense, and I guess that's why I picked it. So in addition to my hospitality management major, I'm a business minor. So I took 2 of my business courses abroad, finance and management, and I knocked out 2 humanities courses as well, and that would have been media communications and a literature class about romance and horror. So Australia's culture is incredibly similar to the United States of America as far as the way people act and the type of music and film that they're into, but they are very much foodies, and I love food, and so they have the most creative styles of food from all around the world just blended together. Incredible wine down in Australia, which surprised me a little bit, and probably my favorite part is they have the most laid-back culture I've ever seen. You can walk through Kmart, which is like their Walmart, in a swimsuit, and nobody gives you a second look because that's normal over there. You can go to voting polls in sweatpants and no one cares. So I thought that their laid-back culture, but still being able to be serious when they needed to be, was awesome and something that I loved blending into. So my favorite experience from my time abroad, that's something people ask me frequently, and that's a hard question to answer, because like, how was your study abroad experience? Well, how was the last 4 months of your life? Like, a lot happens. But if I had to pinpoint a couple things that stand out, I went on a trip where we flew from Melbourne up to Brisbane, and my friends and I drove a camper van down the coast, which was about a week long and was insane and incredible. Or towards the end, I went to Fiji with a friend of mine, and that was a lot of fun. It was a birthday present for my sister, and that was incredible. Yes, I did. Like I said, I went up to Brisbane, and then on the way down we hit essentially everything that stood out to us. So Gold Coast, Byron Bay, Sydney, Canberra, and then made it back down to Melbourne. My sister, for my birthday/Christmas till I die probably, was a trip to Fiji with one of my Australian friends over there. And then my roommates and I my roommate's here, and I went to Townsville, Australia, which is in Queensland, and we went scuba diving. And that was the last thing that we did right before we came home. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I did. The most rewarding part of my study abroad experience was, wow, that's quite a question. I guess I kind of figured out, this is so cliche, I kind of figured out like who I was as a person a little bit more, because it was the first time that I had been separated from everything that I knew, and it was the first time I had like truly left the Midwest, and people in the Midwest are unlike everywhere else in the world, and I realized people don't always think the way that you do or close to the way that you do. Different cultures have obviously different ways of doing things, and maybe their way is the right way or is a better way to do something. And it was really cool to blend all of that in with how I used to feel about things versus how I feel about things now. Also, I have friends from all around the world. In fact, yesterday I got coffee with a friend of mine from Australia who's here now visiting another friend from Australia who's studying abroad here. Like, I have friends everywhere, and that's awesome that I can contact them whenever I want and see what's really going on in France, what's really going on in Alaska. It's great. It's very good. For any K-State students who are looking to study abroad, I would say if you even have the slightest interest in any other culture, any other country, another language, anything, jump right in and do it. Because there's a lot of hesitations with study abroad. There's a lot of misconceptions, which we cover a lot, but truth be told, like, it was somehow the greatest time of my life and also the hardest time of my life, and I wouldn't take a moment of it back for anything. And if I could go and tell anybody, like, this is gonna be hard, and it's going to be challenging, and it's really going to test you and who you are as a person and what you've always believed, do it anyway. Go do it anyway. You will make the finances work, but you're young and you're able, and make it work is the biggest line I can put in there.